earliest memories of ICC when we go back to the year it was founded?
This was inspired by my father, earlier chairman.
Tell us in a nutshell what clients expect from the industry.
The clients want responsibility.
How hard is it to actually keep all of those promises?
We need discipline. And that discipline is something that has kept us going.
I was walking in to the vicinity and the premises. I noticed an unusually large. Could you tell us more about the Residencies Kotte?
We just don't focus only about the apartment. We want to give a life experience.
Every leader has a story, and every story gives us a clearer view of what can be expected in the future. Join us as we get into conversation with Nishan Veerasurya, Vice Chairman, and Namal Piris, Managing Director of ICC. This is Clear View. Let's go back to the beginning. Can you tell us some of the earliest memories of ICC when we go back to the year it was founded in 1980?
Well, this was inspired by my father, earlier chairman. And since Finco Group at that time was into various other things like tourism, travel, manufacturing of safes and security equipment, land sales, even to fisheries at one point. This was something I think at that time was a need and something that we had to do in this country, Sri Lanka, late 70s, early 80s. Something new to this country and something that the public needed. In construction, was construction to get new ideas and, this kind of thing into the market. So he was very keen on starting something to do with construction. That's how it all happened.
Did the industry lack quality back in the day? What were some of the things that ICC brought?
Yeah, industry was in a transition during that time. It was previously dominated by the public sector, now transiting to private sector, and there was a mismatch. There were mismatches, and industry was not that organized. So the construction and the project management were not carried out in a professional manner. When we compare with the rest of the world, we were very at a very low level. So we wanted to bring it up, bring some standard into the industry and make a positive difference. So that was the condition at that time. Yeah.
Looking back at some of the earlier developments, I'm pretty sure our viewers also who are watching this discussion would like to know and would be surprised to know that even the famous Borella supermarket was one of the initial developments of ICC. Take us down memory lane and tell us how this came about.
This I remember, if I can remember right, it was somewhere between 1980 and 1981. And that was our first big project. And the location was such that I think everybody has seen the Borella supermarket. If you're coming from the airport or you're going to the airport, or I don't think there's anyone in this room or in this country who has not seen it. So the push at that time came from late President Premadas. He was kind of very pushy and adamant to get this done soon. And we used to start work at early morning at 4:30. And proud to say it's still standing without any issues.
I just have to add, because during that time I was going to university. Right. I'm traveling from Rajagiriya to Morotua University, so I was watching the construction. It inspired me a lot, because after coming to Borella, I had to take a bus to Rajagiriya. So I was watching it construction during that time.
Tell us in a nutshell what clients expect from the industry. We know when they invest, they want value, they want credibility. But most of all, I think the conversation now is that they want timely completion.
If you put it in a different way, the clients want responsibility.
And
the
also we would
contractor or the
mention trust.
developer must take the full responsibility. Responsibility for quality, responsibility for timely delivery, and responsibility to keep to the international standards.
How hard is it to actually keep all of those promises? I'm pretty sure as a business, you must have your own ups and downs, but we can see that ICC is keeping to those promises. How hard is it, in your own words?
I think to keep that, as Namal said, to build a trust with your clientele, we need discipline. And that discipline is something that has kept us going and also made us this whole environment. It's not just employing people and giving them a job. It has created a community, a family, a sense of responsibility. And we look after them and their entire family. So they also have some kind of feedback or output to give us. Because if we gain, they all gain. So I think
For us and for the staff of ICC, their job is not a job, it's a passion. I mean, they love, and they love the company, they love construction, they love engineering. So because of that passion, the outcome is always better and far above expectations. So,
Looking back at some of the ICC projects, now we did discuss that the Borella supermarket was one of the initial projects, and we heard some fun stories about it. Beyond that, what were some of the earlier projects? Now, it's been 4 decades since then.
there were several projects. Mainly, we started off with some apartment complexes as well, housing schemes, and then evolved to more bigger stuff like bigger buildings, warehouses, water tanks, roads, irrigation systems. So eventually, now we are in a much larger scale, as you know, into much bigger things like highways and
we just started as a contractor initially. We were a civil contractor building buildings. From there onwards, we moved into manufacture of construction materials like ICC Ready Mix. We were the first Sri Lankan company to establish a ready mix plant in Sri Lanka. Before that, only 2 plants were there. In 1980s, both owned by Japs. Then we went into precast manufacturing. Then we went to property development. That was a big jump. In year 2000, we did 1,200 houses at Ekala in 114 acres. That was a huge jump. Then we did our Iceland residencies. Still the sought after apartment building in Colombo. And we did part of the Central Expressway. So like that, we have been doing major construction in Sri Lanka, and in Middle East, in 2008, we started working in Doha. Then we worked in Maldives. We did airstrips, we did roads, so many milestones. And now we are strong in local sense as well as abroad there.
How has ICC maintained its standards and reputation in such a competitive industry now? What is your answer to that question?
well, we focus mainly on a lot of innovations, and we reward innovative ideas, and we have a very, very good R&D section. So all those things put together, and also adapting to change. We never are complacent with one thing we do. We always see how we can go forward, how we can cut cost, but keeping the standards acceptable, and also trying to blend in with other foreign companies so that we can also share new technologies that come. So it's a continuous process. You can't just sit and say, no, we are best. You are never the best. If you want to be the best and remain there, you got to run.
And we count a lot on our staff. Our people are the strength. I mean, we look after them in our value chain. Looking after our stakeholders comes as the first. So improving their life standard of living is our aim. So people are very passionate about their job. They are so loyal to the company and always looking forward to do things better, do things differently, so that the standard can be maintained and improved. So it is the people right along from top to bottom It is people, and as Nishan said, we are very agile and ready to change. Innovative. Always we are the first in many areas in bringing in new technology to the country.
You must be wondering what this beautiful location is. I was walking in to the vicinity and the premises. I noticed an unusually large environment or spacious surrounding, which is very difficult or non-existent with some other projects that we see. Could you tell us more about the Residencies Kotte?
So, Asank, when we do developments, we just don't focus only about the apartment. We want to give a life experience. So, when it is vertical development, the mix up of community is very important. You have to have space for the people who are living in towers to come together, share their ideas. So because of that, at the residencies, we have created a 2-acre garden with the pool and all amenities so that the people can enjoy, interact with each other. So you don't get similar things elsewhere. And this is because it is our concept. You have to provide the lifestyle. And people, not only apartment, it is the living experience.
What are some of the other future plans of major projects that you and ICC are about to take up?
So we are now making all plans to move into the port city. You know, the first reclaimed island in the city. So we will be the first developer to come out with the residential project overlooking the marina. That will be, I think, one of the unique projects in Sri Lanka. So we are very, very hopeful and anxious to start on that. So that is going to be a unique project. The project will have a unique shape at a unique location where you can have a resort experience next to the city, overlooking the sea, overlooking the marina. One would the largest marina between Dubai and Thailand. So it will be a unique development, and we are very proud that we will be the first residential developer within Port City.
Earlier, you asked me about the future plans. So this would be, I would say, the benchmark or the beginning of our plan, and also to show the people of Sri Lanka and also the rest of the world that we mean business. We want to be in the culture, we want to be in the experience, and like now I said, create a lifestyle.
Excellent. There you go. ICC putting Sri Lanka on the map with innovation, and you heard it here, the latest project at the Port City, Colombo. What can we expect from ICC in the next 5 to 10 years, both internationally and locally?
That's a very difficult question to answer. But times are going to be really tough. Regulations are getting very strict. But I think if we keep pushing and see, it's about adapting to what we are going to face. You can't be complacent on what you are. If we adapt to what happens, whether it's the local government or the foreign world as such is changing so drastically, taxes, regulations, a lot of things are changing as we know. So constant change, constant feedback, studying on what's going on, I think we should be okay, but we need to be a little cautious on how to take certain decisions and on our judgment. But I think now I have been okay for 45 years.
Yes.
And I feel if the team is confident and the team, our staff, which is a main thing, we can solve any obstacle or, cross any hurdle.
I think there will be two main challenges we are going to face in the future.
What are they?
First thing is keeping abreast with the technological advancement.
Right.
Technological advancement in how you do things, and technological advancement of what you do. If you take, the construction cannot be done in the similar fashion we are doing right now. So AI is there, so you have to use AI. Everything is on platforms. You can't just get onto the drawing board using a pencil and a pen. You can draw. Now it is AutoCAD. Later it will be BIM. It is building information modeling, and we have to. Even now we are on a ERP system, but it will be fully integrated in the future. So AI should be in. So all that we have to get adjusted, and the output what we make. We can't be making same houses, same apartments in the future. Those will be smarter apartments, smarter houses. So what we deliver also we have to improve. But all that we have to do while preserving the environment. So that would be the most challenging thing. So I think in future what we are looking at is manufacturing and assembly instead of construction. Now you bring cement, sand, everything to location, you start building, creating a lot of noise, dust, everything, inconveniencing people around. Now it should move into a factory where do everything under cover and bring the components and put them together. And we have already started the journey. We are adopting this PPVC technology, first time in Sri Lanka. I think that will take us to the next 5 to 10 years.
From highways to housing to renewable energy and smart farming, ICC has truly diversified when it comes to development and construction. What drives this kind of evolution in a company?
I think all credit has to go firstly to our chairman, Mr. Harsha Diseram, and also the team that precedes him and works with him. See, this drive is based on a personal passion. It's more like a challenge, more like trying to climb a mountain. But the more you climb, the higher it gets. So it's just, I think the entire company has this passion to be the best and to continue to be the best. So that drives us to overcome many challenges.
Add to that, we have been always seeking solutions to problems.
Right.
So that drove us up. That was driven us to this finding solution. That is what that is what happened in many instances. When the country is worried about renewable energy, we wanted to come forward and do something which gives a solution to the renewable energy. When there is environmental pollution, we came out and found a solution for that and incorporated into our business line. So that is how always we were trying to be a solution provider. So that made us to innovate and creep into the broader areas other than construction.
Truly diversification is called.
Diversification, yeah.
Must be a truly fulfilling feeling and a tremendous achievement to be in business in the industry for 40 plus years here in Sri Lanka. 40 or 45?
45.
45 years.
45 plus now. So.
Right. What's it been like?
Well, it's not an easy task, but I think after some time you kind of get used to the fact that you're always rolling and trying to develop new things. So it's kind of enjoyable. You have to make it enjoyable. So we all enjoy it.
So working with local and international names, would you like to tell us, give us more information?
It is two-pronged. We have worked in abroad for foreign clients and contractors, and we have worked within Sri Lanka for reputed international contractors. So if you take the contractors, leading contractors to whom we worked in Sri Lanka, I can name Brown and Root of USA, where we did the Voice of America project, and we did Haliala water supply for Tetra Tech of USA. We did work for Beck and Degremont of France, and we worked for MAN BMW of Germany and Skanska of Sweden. So lot of range, and recently we have been working for big Indian companies and big Chinese companies as well. So our experience locally for international brands, and abroad we have been working for in what do you call, in Doha, Qatar. We have been working for a reputed client in Doha. We did housing villas in Doha. Then we did runaways in Maldives, the roads in Maldives. So our exposure is locally and foreign, but for reputed clients and contractors.
I think it's truly remarkable that this sort of diversification and this amount of clients to be working with ICC, it's truly a testament to the quality and the standards and the responsibility that ICC has as a reputed developer. ICC isn't just known for its work, but it's also known for its people. We just heard that in our conversation. What values do you instill across the company culture in the people of ICC?
Yes, I think we have a set of values on which we do our business. The first value is to improve the quality of standard of living of our people. So we know that the secret of our success so far is people. So we are looking after them, and the mainly out of the people aspect, we have assured the continuity of work, which they don't get at any other place. There was a quite recent example, that is the COVID crisis, and after that, we had a economic crisis in Sri Lanka. Everything was scaled down, certain companies shut down, and I'm proud to say, Asanka, we haven't laid out a single staff member of our organization. We knew that for us to sustain, we need people. And when it is difficult, that is the time you have to be with the people, not when the going is good. So we have been looking at people like that. And we embark a lot on CSR, the corporate social responsibility. That again, we look at the general CSR and CSR of the people, the families of the people who work for us. So we don't only look after the people who are working for us. We look after their families. We look after the education of the children. We have scholarship schemes where children, after their grade 5 scholarship, they get rewarded, help is given to continue their education at O level, after A level for university entrance. And we help them to build their houses. Every year there's a program, 25 to 30 houses of our employees are improved and brought to a condition which is as par with the rest of the country. So that is the corporate social responsibility, which we look after the families of our employees. And in general, we do other corporate social responsibility. We have a fully pledged accommodation building or shelter in front of Apeksha Hospital. We can house about, we have 32 room, 3-story building to provide accommodation to people who are coming from remote areas. We don't charge anything. Meals are free. Accommodation is free. And recently there was a huge crisis where almost every other day trains are colliding on elephants, and the elephants are dying. So there again, that was not a country problem, and it became one of our problems. So we worked on, we got special thermal imaging cameras, and the first camera is now set up at the most vulnerable location at Abarana. Now whenever elephants are crossing the track, it is captured with the camera. Signal is sent to Anuradhapura main control room. From there, the drivers are alarmed, so they come slow so that they can stop. And since we have Since we installed that camera, no accidents have happened in that particular section. So we are going to improve on that. So we feel the elephants are a treasure of our country. So like that, where there is a problem, we come forward
Amazing.
with a solution.
Amazing. And I'm pretty sure now you might be watching this and trying to figure out, is this industry also the industry that I should be in? If youngsters are willing to join the industry, what sort of advice would you give them?
I think they have to have a passion, first of all, if they are going to join this industry. You can't expect an engineer to come and sit on a desk and just use his theory to do something. It has to be a creative, passionate thing that he can come up with different innovative ideas. So we encourage people to think, if we have done something starting from early days of the 1980s, with the technology that is available now in universities and Google, internet, and various other forms of resources, the younger generation can inspire themselves to do even better than most of us. So I would say, tell the younger generation, if they want to come join us, we are more than glad to welcome them. But they have to have a sense of responsibility and passion to go forward.
I think that construction and development is going to be an industry which will not be overtaken by technology fully. Right. You might have heard now this medical field. There will be apps coming where your illness is diagnosed with an app where doctor doesn't have to get involved fully. But construction, it is very sure that bricks are required, the concrete is required, which cannot be done with apps. So whoever who comes into the industry, their employment is secured for generations. The second one is, it is challenging industry, not like working in the same office from day one until you retire. Here you will get a project, a building project in Colombo and a irrigation project somewhere in Udavalava. So like that, it's a challenging field and very good for youngsters.
Truly exciting to know that, ICC is involved in so many. Could you tell us some of the current projects that are being rolled out so that anyone who's watching this can put two and two together?
Currently, we have our own projects. I would say majority of the projects now we have our own projects.
Own developments, yeah.
Own developments, and also some other buildings and things like that we are doing for other clients.
To add to that, Asanka, we do our own developments. At the same time, we do the construction for others. So, yes, Nishan, you can tell about their own developments, yeah.
We have one that is going on Marine Drive, which is, I think earlier now I mentioned, a new system which was brought into Sri Lanka by about 2 years ago called PPVC.
The entire room, the living room, the dining, the bedrooms, everything is manufactured in our Ratmalana factory, all finished and brought it to the location, put them together.
Oh. So it is a precast concrete block which we fabricate. Insert technology that has been in places like Singapore and other parts of Europe. It's not something new, but it's new to this country. And we have about 3 malls now. And with that, you can put up a building, any building in, like, I would say, 25% of the time you take.
Time is money, and it saves. So some of the other projects, would you like to name some of them so that we could...
Currently,
Nishan, even Kovala, we are doing with the same technology. The Residencies Kotte.
So that's our own project, which we are trying to use this technology to show people in this country that there is something new, something solid, and it's almost the same cost as the normal brick and mortar.
Can I ask you a question there? Would you say that Sri Lankans are afraid of technology and innovation?
So Sri Lankans are a bit old-fashioned. They have this intuition, or they have this feeling that the traditional way or the colonial way is what one should aspire. But, time changes. Things change with time. But it's our job to prove to them
Yes.
that what we have produced.
The proving is the
Most important, and that's the responsible role that you have taken.
in year 2000 we had a similar challenge. Entire country was putting up houses with clay bricks, and it's damaging the environment severely. So we went in with hollow blocks. A lot of resistance. People were rejecting, but we went ahead and showed and proved that it is as good as the conventional way. Now almost everyone is putting up buildings with blocks. So initially it is tough, but if you prove yourself, as Nishant did, you can change the mindset of people.
There you go. This was the first episode of Clear View, and I'm pretty sure you have many questions regarding, of course, the construction industry, the future, the innovations, and everything else. Well, if you do, drop a comment and we will answer your question in the next episode. See you soon.